name is Bob Krupa. I'm here today looking for $500,000 for a 30% stake in my company, New Era Brands. Clip and Go, Mint and Gum, and Clip and Go contact lens case product lines. Everyone knows what it's like to forget their breath freshener. But with my convenient clip-on case that clips onto your backpack, keychain, or purse strap, filled with my powerful sugar-free mint and gum, you'll never forget your breath freshener again.
Okay, so first off, did he practice this pitch at all? You're looking at the reaction here of the Sharks, right? Like, I think, yeah, this is not a great picture of Kevin or Robert. But point being is when they're stuttering like that, it makes you wonder, like, they're like, oh, I know the product. I got this. Like, no problem. I could go in. I could sell ice cubes to an Eskimo who's got a farm of ice cubes out in his backyard. But if you're not practicing, it's also, could you, the shirt, like, your shirt needs to be buttoned there. I don't know, man. All right. So there's some awkward pauses there. And I'm just wondering, it's because, like, you're looking at the reactions of the people, and instead of just focusing on the pitch and focusing on what you practiced, I assume you're reading their reaction, and you're pulling back a little bit. You're getting a little nervous, and you should be, because you're asking for over $1.5 million valuation here.
Breath freshener. But with my convenient clip-on case that clips onto your backpack, keychain.
Does it clip? Where does it clip?
Purse strap.
The backpack?
Filled with my powerful sugar-free mint and gum. You'll never forget your breath freshener again. The mint and gum business has annual sales in the billions, but it's not just about blowing bubbles anymore.
Never say that. Now, this is season 2, so talking about how big an industry is. Like, yes, it is. But you have a unknown product that the only differentiator is being able to clip it on. I feel like you'd be better off just creating the product to be able to, like, hey, look, take these 5 types of gum, and they fit conveniently into this little clip-on box. And the box is like $3 or $1.
Functional products with enhancements is growing in the multi-billions. I want to take my existing mint and gum in a whole new direction, adding enhancements like vitamins and antioxidants. I'm also introducing my Clip and Go dual-sided contact lens case. You fill it with re-wetting solution and an extra set of contact lenses, and it clips right onto your backpack or keychain. My products are what you need when you need it. And with your investment today,
it's not bad. But I'm curious, like, A, sales, B, how much has he actually sold of those, or is like everything a prototype? Because if it is, these are great dollar store items, right? Like, that's.
And your expertise, we can take this to a whole new level.
What does the contact lens stuff have to do with the gum?
Well, they're 2 separate products, but at the same time, they're Clip and Go. They're for people on the go.
Are you really in the container business, or the mint business, or the gum business, or all of the above?
Or the contact business?
All of the above.
What are your sales of all this stuff?
We had $817,000 of cash last year in sales.
Oh, whoa.
All right.
We have not introduced the lens yet at all. We were in Walgreens, and we were in Winn-Dixie, and right now we're on Amazon
The
and
words
Dennis.
were.
And then something went wrong.
$800,000 don't really go together that well.
Well, we ran out of product.
How's that possible? You got a successful business, you got $800,000 in sales, and you run out of product? You work for me, I'd fire you right now.
One of the things that we get against going against the big brands is that getting the shelf space, getting on there, it's very hard to stay on there.
What did you make on $817,000?
Well, we haven't made real profit yet.
What does that mean?
Well, we put it back into the business.
You know that people have come out onto this carpet that never had anything near what you have.
So wait. You haven't made any profit, but you had the opportunity, like, you made the sales, and I guess you sell them at cost. I don't to get that shelf space, or you're paying for that shelf space. Like, explain that part, right? Like, that's because these places do sell their shelf space.
Sales $800,000, and it just vaporized.
Overhead was ridiculous.
Well, that's your fault.
I still understand what went wrong. You say you didn't have sales because you didn't have order. Is it because you couldn't finance the orders, or is it because people just stopped buying?
Well, some of the places that we had them in, some of the stores, were doing it for promotional periods. It would run.
But why didn't they reorder?
Yeah.
They change all the time. I mean, especially in the confection and the mint and
Not
gum.
the mainstream brands. You can still find the same
Of course
gum.
you can.
Rob, that's all, but you're not doing a good job of explaining it because somewhere you're losing me.
Hey, let me translate because I think I got it. You have a novelty item that sells a commodity, mints and gums. Retailers brought it in by the hundreds of thousands. They look at the margin they make and how much shelf space your product takes up, didn't meet the hurdle. They replaced your stuff with other stuff that does. If you can't beat rubber boots, for example, you're not going to stay in. They're going to put rubber boots there instead. You had a sugar spike. You went up to 800,000 and straight back down because you couldn't stay on the shelf. True or false?
Well, they reordered and reorder, and then they
Stopped because it didn't meet the gross margin per linear inch. That's what happened.
Is that correct?
What?
Yes. Is that correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay,
what it says, sir.
Rob, I'm out.
Well, okay. You know, selling this stuff on Amazon probably would have been his the better play there, and wouldn't have to worry. Like, and he's coming in on evaluation based on this idea that he got into the stores, but then they reordered. It sounded like, but he didn't have the money because the overhead was too high. I don't know. I mean, again, as I always say, these episodes are clipped up, let's say like an hour and a half pitch down to less than 10 minutes. So it's tough to know really what was said and, if there was anything important said, or maybe he just danced around the whole topic for, an hour. Who knows? Well, they would know, but I certainly don't know. And unless you were in the room, you probably don't know either.
What did you make on 817,000?
Our margins are about 32%.
So on 800,000 in sales, you made about 240,000.
Okay.
Right.
And then you paid your expenses yourself. What was left at the end of the day?
Well, I had a operations manager and a president who was really doing a lot of the running of the day-to-day
Did
business.
you have a lot of money you had to throw at this, and how much did you put in?
A couple million.
Sorry? You put what?
A couple million.
Of your money.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that money from? What do you do for a living?
I did what you did. Real estate developer.
Go back to it.
So, Bob, seriously, $2 million?
Yeah.
And how much of it do you have
Most of
left?
it was overhead, as I said. We made mistakes. I mean, I got to be honest. There were mistakes. The overhead was ridiculous.
How much were you paying?
Yeah, because you had an operations manager and a president, and probably I'm assuming that there was people under that operations manager. Like, overhead was ridiculous because you weren't doing the work to get it to float. That's why. Like, you thought you had this great idea and that it would just pay for itself. Well, everybody else got paid, but you got left holding the check.
These other guys in overhead.
$60,000 a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is
I'm
getting
coming to work
worse
for you.
and
I want a
worse.
job with
So,
you.
Bob,
Did you say
I'm coming to work
60,000?
for you.
Yeah.
this is
I'm
getting
coming to work
worse
for you.
and
I want a
worse.
job.
Did you say
$60,000 a month.
$60,000 and up, or a month? I don't know. Either way,
this
like,
is
I'm coming to
getting
work
worse
for you.
and
I want a
worse.
job with
So,
you.
Bob,
Bob, honey, sweetie, poopsie, baby. Are you out of your mind?
How much did you get out of that? Were you on a big salary rolling in
No,
the dough?
I didn't get anything.
Every question gets worse and worse.
how much is left, Bob?
There isn't.
It's gone?
Yeah.
So, are you still funding it? Are you putting more in?
No, I haven't funded it at all.
He's come here to fund it with your money.
Bob, basically what I've learned, thanks to Barbara's question, is you took $2 million, hired some expensive guys that got you 800,000 in sales. The sales went away. You fired those guys. $2 million's gone. You're down to zero, and you've invented 2 new product lines, and you want to start over again.
Absolutely.
I'm out again.
oh man, yeah. If he had gotten serious, if he was like really serious about it, he should have put the work in himself. Like, obviously, if he's in real estate and all that, like, that's tough. But these are these are the opportunities that you create for yourself. Like, he would have had that money, right? Like, he had money, and he was paying other people to do it because he thought he could get into being like a mogul, and he, got just, that's a shame. That's a shame. I wish he would have watched this video, because he would have learned that you gotta do the work. You have to know your business inside and out, and by creating a couple more products and spending more money, rather than just trying to get sales on the things you already have, because now you're talking about trying to get more space on more shelves. And I think Amazon would have been the right play here.
It's not an investment that I would make. I'm out also.
Bob, you're all over the map, multiple product lines that aren't related. The one product that was successful is now at zero. Then you invented other stuff. I mean, I'm trying to chew on it from every angle in it, and I still get to zero. I'm out.
I can't do it. It just makes no sense. Go back to real estate. I'm out.
I think you had a mixed up presentation, but I think you're a decent salesman.
There's an offer coming?
No, there's no offer coming. I'm definitely out. I just wish I had something nice to say before I say I'm out.
Please give him 500,000.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
Yeah,
He did a bad
that's
job of hopping around on that.
Because he had to hide things.
I think we got to the bottom pretty quickly.
We gave him surgery. We got right to it.
Amazing story.
I'd like to say to the Sharks, thank you for helping me see something that I really needed to see, and potentially save me some more losses.
Yeah, they absolutely are going to save you from more losses, because you have just constantly have gone down this rabbit hole. So let's see. In 2018, after seeing how things went down in Shark Tank, it was not surprising at all. New Era Brands has not seen much success. During the exit interview, he said they would no longer be investing any more money into the business. This was definitely a smart decision on his part, considering he already invested well over $2 million. It's a class. I mean, like the website, I guess, is maybe for sale or something like that. It's not a terrible name, but it's a shame. Like when you try to go too wide and do too many things and try to be too much to too many people, it usually collapses on you. Very few people are able to do that, and even the ones that are probably had years of understanding the process of their business. They had years of putting in the work and making those gains so they could reinvest those gains so that there would be enough gains to go around for you to hire people, and not just kind of whimsically send $2 million off to be slaughtered. So that it's a shame. I'm glad that he took their advice. I think if he had a patent for that, again, if he had like the gum thing, you stick with the gum thing or the lens thing, one or the other. But the gum thing, instead of trying to develop your own mints and your own, because the testing for all those mints, you got to get lab tests and all that. You steer clear of all that, and you just make the case so that it makes it easy to take the gum I have and put it into said case and clip it to my bag. That's a great idea that probably could net you a lot higher margin with a lot less overhead, because it's a plastic case with a clip on it. Now, with that said, I probably could go find plenty of clip-on cases on Amazon right now, and unfortunately it's not his. Anyway, speaking of not his, it's not his like, but my like, so that we can get this video in front of more entrepreneurs, super entrepreneurs like yourself. So make sure you smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. If you want to learn how you can work with me on growing your business and growing your profit, go over to superjoepardo.com to learn more. If you have something you want to say to me, it's at superjoepardo and across all social media. And I will see you all in the next video. Take